ChatGPT image is taking over the internet. There are so many viral trends that are happening with ChatGPT image that I did a video on it last week where I showed things like the action figures or Lego dolls, and I want to do 3 more of these big trends. And you know what? It's actually getting a little harder to get this done, so I want to show my how-to guide on some of the workarounds that I did in order to get these images. I do think that ChatGPT is starting to clamp down a little more on its copyright protections, so you need to do a little more workarounds to try to get what you're looking for. So the 3 that I want to talk about today are 8-bit or 16-bit. So if you think like Nintendo or Super Nintendo or Genesis, those like 90s video games. So images that are inspired by that. And then also those Wes Anderson movie posters. They have a very distinct style and a very distinct look. And I had to do a little workaround to get that to work. And then lastly, I've been seeing people putting themselves on magazine covers everywhere. So I want to show you guys how to do that. So, all right, I'm going to try to do a quick 5-minute guide how I did that. So first of all, it always starts with just talking to ChatGPT and saying, hey, this is what I'm looking to accomplish. Can you please write me a prompt? That should work. And, you know, for the most part, these prompts work. Every now and then you'll put a prompt in and it'll say, hey, we've got copyright issues. And it'll say, hey, you're close, but you could do this or do that. So it'll often give you an answer back as to how to accomplish what you're going for. And then you can keep on working. But if you, if you hit copyright, it's for a reason. We don't want to copy and rip off these styles exactly, but we want to get a close, something close. So, all right, let's hop on in. The first one I wanted to do, I don't know about you guys, but I was a video gamer when I was a kid in the 90s. I loved some Nintendo, but more than anything, I loved Sega Genesis, and I loved Sonic. So I uploaded an image. Now, I did a different image than the headshot I did last week. I did a full body image, so it had some other style references. So this image I put up here is just me in a flannel shirt and some jeans and some shoes. Now, my wife was in the photo, but also I didn't want it to get distracted by extra faces or people, so I cut her on out. So my apologies. But all right, so here we are with this first prompt that I got. So it's create a 16-bit pixel art character based on my uploaded photo, like a 1990s Genesis video game, bright colors. And then I actually was able to mention Sonic the Hedgehog with the loops and the rings and everything, and it nailed it. It looks really good. I appreciate how kind it was on my gray hair, and it got it mostly brown, which is just fine. But if you look at the blue eyes, red flannel, jeans, black shoes, and the beard, I mean, it nailed it. It looks really good. So it looks like I'm in there playing Sonic. So that's a fun one. So I did a Wes Anderson poster based on my upload, and it kind of got it. The style, everything looks good, but if I click on it, it cut off half my name. So I really wasn't too happy with that. So I was able to re-ask it to do another one where everything, nothing was cut off. And this one here, as you can see, it did a little better job. ChatGPT used to really struggle with spelling of things, and it's gotten a lot better, but it's not perfect yet. If you notice under my name there, it's got a few things misspelled. But altogether, the style, the look, the feel, it also knew, ChatGPT already knew some things about me, so it knows that I like, I'm a social media content creator, so obviously I like my camera, I like my guitars, and it assumes I drink coffee. I do not. I like energy drinks. But hey, we're close enough, but it's definitely got that pastel Wes Anderson kind of look and feel. So this one looking pretty good. So again, I got the prompt just by asking ChatGPT to, hey, give me a prompt for this. Now, when I first put in, I said, hey, Wes Anderson, and it came back and said, hey, that's copyright protected. So I went back to ChatGPT and said, hey, give me a description of Wes Anderson movies or, their film posters, but don't mention him directly. And it updated it accordingly and was able to give me an output. So that's great. So the last one here is the magazine cover. That one took a few iterations, but I'll show you exactly how I did it. For the magazine cover, I had actually the most detailed long prompt, and it did a really, really good job. So it showed my image, and obviously it's not my face too zoomed in on it and everything, but it was able to get my likeness in there and have a really kind of dark and brooding looking magazine cover. I love that it spelled everything correctly, which is very good. So this is definitely one that I might reconsider using or, creating a few different iterations and sharing on the socials and stuff. So ChatGPT, there's a lot of fun ways to make these images. Oftentimes I will just have a conversation going with ChatGPT and copy and paste the prompts right in. So, I'll say, before that one, the magazine cover had a fail. The first one, it said, hey, this is copyright protected, but I can make one that's maybe stylized. So I said, all right, update it so it's stylized. Gave me a brand new prompt, and this one was able to work. So most of the time when you're seeing any of these ChatGPT trends that are happening, you get the conversation going with ChatGPT to get the right prompt in order to recreate these trends, and then you're able to run from there. So some things to pay attention: the uploaded photo. If you just give it one of your face, it's going to kind of make up the rest of your body. But if you have a good one that shows your whole body, then it's able to kind of replicate some more features. Rosh and I are putting videos up every day trying to share the latest trends, the latest news, the latest updates, and all these AI tools. If you catch us every Monday, we are two creative guys talking AI on the Creative AI Show. And, please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. We're going to keep sharing all these things with you. Until then, we're two creative guys talking AI.